Memo for paper 2, June 2024. Mathematical literacy paper 2. Question 1. Study the picture below, and answer the questions that follow. 1.1.1.1. Indicate which of the two clocks above displays the digital time. Digital format, we shall say it's clock B. We have clock A and clock B. So it's B. If clock B indicates time in 24-hour system format, will this time as seen on the clock be in the morning or afternoon? Definitely this is in the morning. It's in the morning. This is the diagram we're going to look at. Mr. and Mrs. Dubé go on holiday to Durban. Below is one of the meter readings in the front office of the hotel. This is a thermometer reading. For determine the temperature on C. So on C, it was exactly at this line here, which was 40 degrees. 1.3. Study the map and answer and the scale and answer the questions that follow. Identify the type of someone could have said it's called a linear scale, or the best one was supposed to be it's a bar scale. How many kilometers are represented by 1 centimeter? It's already written here. 1 centimeter represents 200. So you're supposed to write 200. This marked the end of question number 1. We go to question number 2. Mr. Smith is a mathematical literacy teacher at Kwanga High School. Below is a layout of the classroom. Study the layout of the classroom and answer the questions that follow. Another name for this, it could be a seating plan. Okay, this is the, okay. Explain the meaning of the given scale. The scale that's given, it's here. So the meaning, we already say, the left, it's on paper. And the right is in real life. So what we're going to do is say, 1 unit on paper equals to 50 units in real life. How many learners are in this? How many learners are in the class if there is 1 learner seated at each desk? So we only have to count the desks. Definitely. I counted and I multiplied. I said I just counted 1, 2, 3. So on the short side we have 3. What about the long side? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in simple terms, it's 3, the ones on top, times the 5. So they are 15 learners. Someone else would have added, you just say, since you've seen that there are 5 on this, so 5, then you come here 10, and you can say 15. All right, others we are counting, they say, here you say 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. So we all in all, we all have the same answer as 15 learners. Of these learners, which learner is positioned closest to the door? Closest. Now, these desks are represented, so it's learner A. Learner A. Learner A. On this sitting plan, the classroom is 10.5 centimeters wide. By means of calculations, determine the actual width of the classroom using the given scale. Remember, the scale says 1 is to 50. If you have 1 unit on paper, you have 50 units in real life. Now, that means if you have 10.5, you have more than 50 units. What do you do? Cross multiply. So the answer here was supposed to be 50 times 10.5, and you end up having 525. 500. We have 525. But these are centimeters. So we divide by 100 because they want the answer in a meter. So when you divide by 100, it's 5.25. These are meters. All right. When it comes to question number 2.5, this was described by in different ways. You are seated at desk K. Explain how you would walk from the door to your desk. Use words like left, right, in front, in front of, and behind. Definitely, I for one, I would say from the door, I'll walk towards the second column. Definitely, I will pass through this. Then the second column from my right, because as you come in, this is your left, this will be your right. So this is the first column on my right, second column. So in between there, the corridor there, I'll walk counting 3 desks, and the 4th desk will be my desk. Talk about that. Okay. Question number 3. Mrs. Devet wants to bake a cake. She has found this recipe on Pinterest. Easy cake ingredients, and this is what we need. These are materials we're going to use to bake a cake. Set the information and answer the questions that follow. How many tablespoons of baking powder would one need if the recipe requires 60 mils? So we are looking, take note of that. We are looking at tablespoons. Come here, analyze tablespoons and, oh, sorry, is a teaspoon. Sorry. We are analyzing this and we shall say 1 tablespoon has 15. So you come here and say, if 1 tablespoon has 15 mils, and you need 60 mils, how many tablespoons would you need? We are looking for how many tablespoons, what we are looking. So simply meaning 15 times the gap equal to 1 times the 60. I divide through by 15. I'll divide through by 15. This goes with that. So my tablespoons are 4. So I need 4 tablespoons. How many cups of butter are needed by Mrs. Devet if she wants to serve 36 people? How many cups of butter? Take note of that. How many cups of butter? Now, when you come here, take note of that. Butter, it's half a cup. For how many people? Say serving 12. Serving 12. Serving 12. That means we are going to say, this simply means if you have 12 people, you need half a cup. 12 people, you will need half a cup. I've put it in decimals to make my life easy. Half cup, which is 0.5. What about if you have 36? That's a question. What about if you have 36? What will they get? So we cross multiply. 36 times a half equals to 12. So 12 and the box. So I need the box to be on the side. I divide through by 12. I divide through by 12. So 36 times a half, I get 18. I have 18. So 18 divided by 12, I have 1.5. So she will need 1.5 cups. 1.5 cups. Mrs. Devitt stated that there is 10 mils of vanilla in the recipe. Show by means if the calculations are show by means of calculations how she got this answer. Now we're looking at vanilla and they're saying it's 10 mils. When you look at the recipe that we're dealing with, vanilla, vanilla, it says 2 teaspoons. 2 teaspoons. And come here, a teaspoon has 5 mils. So if 1 teaspoon, that's a calculation now. If 1 teaspoon has 5 mils, what about the 2? What will they equal to? You see how we cross multiply? So nothing times 1 equals to 5 times 2, and the answer became 10. This is how she got it. 5 times 2. Here we go again. 3.1.4. If you have a quarter of 1 kilogram of butter, would you have enough butter for the rest? Show all your calculations. First and foremost, we need to find out a quarter of a quarter. What is it in grams? So we shall multiply by 1,000, because in 1 kilogram we have 1,000 grams. So here I have 250 grams of butter. Then I go up and ask myself, how much butter do I need? How much butter do I need? I'll come here. I'm trying to analyze this. Butter, it's half a cup. Half a cup. Then half a cup. A cup itself, it carries 250 mils. But they have told you if you only have 1 mil, or if you have 1 gram, you have 1 mil. Simply meaning, let's analyze this. Simply meaning this is also 250 what? Grams, because 1 gram is equivalent to 1 mil. Okay, so then the butter I need half a cup. So half of 250 grams, which becomes 120 grams. So it will be now. It will be enough. The recipe indicates that the temperature of the oven must be set at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Mrs. Devitt states that this means that she must set the temperature of her oven at 191 degrees Celsius when rounded off to the nearest unit. Verify showing all calculations. This is what we call substitution. Now, you can start and you say, this is my formula, which is 5 out of 9. Open where you see the F, you put this, because these are the Fahrenheit, minus 32, which is inside the formula there. At this moment, put it in your calculator. Put this in your calculator, you end up having 190.56. Rounded off to the nearest, because I'm when rounded off to the nearest unit. So they're saying verify showing all calculations whether she's correct. So you have to conclude and you tell us that it's correct. It's correct that you should set the temperature to 191 degrees Celsius. That's what we got. Look at question number 4. Katlego will be visiting his sister in Johannesburg for the week. Below is the weather prediction for the week. Katlego will be visiting his sister. So the diagram and the information above and answer the following questions. Determine which day, or determine the day with the highest chance of rain. Percentages, these are my chances. So this one is the chance. So it's the Wednesday. Katlego has a small bathroom scale to help him weigh his luggage. He decides to weigh himself first and then to weigh himself with a suitcase. The scale reading with Katlego only 65 kg, and the reading with the suitcase is that much. Does Katlego need to remove or add items if the airline maximum weight allowance is 35 kg? Verify with, so here we need to subtract 35 minus 65. And the answer became 38 kg. So if it's 38, sorry, this is 103. 103, this one here. If it's 38, that means remember the kg gives the airline gives him 35. If he has 38, he has to reduce. So he has to reduce on the items. He has to reduce on the items. He has to reduce on the items. Okay. Katleho's flight from Cape Town will depart at 8:30. The arrival time in Johannesburg will be 10:25. Determine the duration of the flight from Cape Town to Johannesburg. Remember, we said duration equals to the end time, which is the arrival time, minus the departure time, which is the starting time. So if it leaves, so here we shall say 10:25. I would advise you to always subtract vertical, because this will always make sense. So 25 minus 30, it's impossible. We borrow from here, you're remaining with 9. So if you borrow, you've borrowed 60. So when you add the 60 onto 25, you end up having 85. 85 minus 30, you have 55. So this is the answer. These are the first minutes. Remember here you remain with the 9. 9 minus 8, you remain with. So the time it's 1 hour 55 minutes, approximately 2 hours. Okay, we continue. A diagram below shows the section of the school grounds where grade 10 learner Samantha, where a grade 10 learner Samantha was dropped off by her dad for her netball practice. All right. The measured width of one class is 9 millimeters. Use the given scale to calculate the actual width of the in meters. So the scale is 1:1,000. That means the 9 is going to multiply by 1,000. That means it's 9,000 millimeters in real life. So 2 meters we divide by 1,000, and the answer becomes 9 meters. So this is what they want you to do. Samantha enters the gate on the school and turns to her right. Let me show you that. Enters the gate. If you enter like this, that means this is her left, this is her right. Now and she turns right. Still, this is her right, this is her left. She comes. All right, when she comes there, they say she turns right, passing the school hall. She turns left and walks between the school hall and the sports field. That's enough to tell you. She's in between here, heading this other side. So they say she will attend classes seen on her left-hand side. Remember, I told you she comes right. Then when she's here, this is the right. left. She's here, left, right. So the field is on the right side and the class is on the left. So they're asking you, which subject, don't write the classroom, which subject will a man attend in these classrooms? Which subject? So we're answering the subject. The subject is mathematics or maths. Maths, or someone can say mathematics.